The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
Wildlife conservation often focuses on the protection of a single species under threat, but in some cases, safeguarding one species can have the added result of protecting several others. Such indicator species serve as beacons for the health of an ecosystem as a whole, and along the Texas prairies, quail are both an essential indicator species and the main source of hunters' conservation dollars. But grooming an ecosystem to grow a thriving quail population is a complex task. So I've traveled to the Rolling Plains Quail Research Ranch to discover how Dr. Dale Rollins and his team are raising the bar for protecting not only quail, but an entire ecosystem. There we go. Well, it's early in the morning. We're driving through Texas here, just coming up to the Trail Ranch where I'm going to be meeting Justin Trail and finding out just why this area is so good for quail. Well, here he is. Morning, Justin Trail.
Morning, bud. How are you?
Really good. How are you? Really good. What's going on?
See you, man.
Good to see you, man. What's happening? So these guys are ready to go?
Yeah, trying to pick the team for this morning. Everybody wants to go.
So who are we going to take?
Let's start with Dottie. Okay, Dottie. Okay, we're going to get one more old topper over here. Okay, I think we got all loaded that we need to get loaded.
Perfect.
Let's hit the road.
So Justin Trail, how long did it take you to kind of get this property to where it's optimal for quail? Is it multiple years? Is it one season?
Probably 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And the quail is, we call it an indicator species. You might hear Dr. Rollins call it the canary in the coal mine, where if you're seeing lots of quail, that means that your country's in good shape and everything else out there is benefiting from it. I love to pursue and hunt quail. It's more about the dogs to me than it is about the quail and the interaction that they have. The fact that quail is this iconic game bird, it just benefits all these other species out there.
Yeah. Well, here we are. Now we're going to get to see the dogs running, hopefully pointing and hopefully find and count some quail.
But we got the dog on point.
There's the dog on point. There we go. Here's a point right here. Oh, nice big covey.
Look like maybe 9 or 10 birds.
Yep.
Which you get late in the season, that's perfect. We're not shooting this year. We've got an off year, so our numbers are down. But knowing where they are, what they're doing, what the covey size is important.
So depending on where you consistently find quail, you look at that country and try and recreate that in as many places as possible.
Right. So Ivan, this is the finished product. We started with the forest here.
Yep.
And this is what we're going for. Look at all the greenery, all the grass, all the herbaceous material that's grown up through this stuff. Just makes it better for everything.
And from what you're telling me, Justin, cover is as important as food-bearing plants.
Absolutely. You got to have it all. Okay.
Here we go. One bird. There's a lot of quail here, Justin. Obviously, this is perfect habitat.
This is what we want it to end up looking like.
And I mean, that's a lot different to some of that bad habitat. How do you even start?
Yeah, it's probably going to be easier to show you than it is to explain to you, because where we are right now is a long way from what we started with.
Perfect. Well, let's go and have a look.
Cool. Ivan, look at this. From a quail perspective, this is no good to me here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a forest. You don't have sunlight that's penetrating down to grow the herbaceous material that we need for quail and everything else it benefits from.
Yeah.
Not only grass, but the weeds. And so what we're doing with the excavator is we're grubbing the mesquite first, then we'll come back in and rake it.
And so they've got a giant machine that just comes and digs this.
Bulldozer with a rake on it.
It's a big and a very expensive project, modifying this habitat where you've got hundreds of acres of this mesquite that's got to be not just cut down, but the roots have got to be dug out as well. And as hard as mesquite is, that takes some big equipment.
Morning, Joe. Is the heater working on that machine?
Yeah, I'll crank it up and let it run about 30 minutes before I get in.
Joe, how are you? I'm Ivan.
Joe Slayton, nice to meet you.
Nice to see you.
How's the grubbing been going?
Well, till I got over here, it was going pretty good. And on this side of the road, it's thick. I'm talking, a snake can't get through it.
Well, if a snake can't get through it, a quail can't get through
No.
it.
Well, Joe, I want to see you operate this thing.
Am I in your way, Joe?
Yeah, you're gonna have to back up a little bit.
Okay, I'll back up.
So he's just moving the tree out of the way. Man, he uses that thing like a hand, doesn't he?
It's amazing.
So that's the root ball. Once that thing sees the sky, it's done.
Going back.
So having a guy that not only understands how to drive the equipment, but also understands the land and the vegetation is crucial.
He can do it. All operators are not created equal.
Yeah. And so what's the next step? By the time they've raked it and you're ready to put quail in here, what do you do next?
Yeah, so we pray for weather, rain, fall, that grows all the herbaceous material and everything. And to some extent, the birds will find it. They'll naturally move into these areas. But you probably need to meet and talk to Dr. Rollins. There's translocation efforts and things going on that will kind of answer that question for you.
There we go. Justin suggested I come and meet Doc Rollins, so where better to meet him than right on his own project here at the Rolling Plains Quail Research Ranch and see what it really takes to preserve this habitat, to modify this habitat, to improve this habitat for the abundance of quail. Well, it looks like Doc's right here. Doc, how are you?
Great. How are you, Ivan?
Good to see you.
Great to see you, too.
Thank you for
Glad to
having
have
us
you.
out here.
Well, great to have you, and it's great to be able to tell the story about how quail are a barometer for a lot of different creatures. And still got a lot to learn, but we got a lot of things to show you today.
That's awesome, and I want to start by looking at your dogs here.
Okay.
Who are these?
Well, these are what I call my research associates. This is Ivy. She's the youngest. This is Gus. He's 2 years old. Over there laying down is Shag. She is 7 years old. And Tracer right here is my queen. She's 9 years old.
Oh, she's a good old girl.
Okay.
Cool. Let's do
Sounds
it.
good.
Let's do it.
We're all into research here, but management-oriented or applied research also. So we can talk to the other stakeholders, the other sportsmen, landowners that are interested in what we're doing and be able to take the results of what we're doing and to come out and look at the landscape that we've managed for quail and say, I can do that on my place too. And so that's the extension, the outreach part of what we do is a tremendous part of the quail equation. Well, I'm gonna let the dogs out.
Okay, perfect.
Let's
See if we can find some quail.
They shouldn't depart until I say, okay, well, okay.
They've been waiting to hunt all morning.
They have. Let's go see if they can find some quail.
Absolutely. It's amazing country here. All of the work that's gone into this country to make it quail friendly and all of the different aspects of those modifications. It's just amazing what goes into re-establishing great quail habitat.
Managing for quail, the diversity of plants,
Yep.
everything that we do and appreciate, that parlays into better habitat for other critters.
There's a point right there. Look at this right here. Isn't that just cool? There's something about seeing a dog on point that's just exciting, isn't it? There's got to be a covey of quail here.
Oh.
There we go. There they go. Nice big covey. It's amazing watching these dogs work, seeing how good their noses really are. And that's what a quail hunter will tell you. It's more about the dog work than the quail. Well, Doc, I appreciate your time, and it's fun to see the dogs work, and man, seeing them on point is just exciting. With a gun in your hands or without, it's just exciting.
Right. You don't have to have a shotgun in your hand to enjoy the opera of quail hunting.
Absolutely.
And those are the singers and the dancers right there. Poetry in motion.
Yep. So what are you hoping to achieve with this fire here, Doc?
This particular fire, we're looking to do several things. Increase the species diversity of our forbs. Not quite as good as soil disturbance with the disc, but we'll get a good response from the forbs. We're going to increase, revitalize some of the dormant grasses. They'll grow better next year. A lot of people are scared to use fire. A lot of people use it incorrectly. It's a lot more than just throwing a match. There's a lot of planning. Pre-burn, there's planning during the burn, there's planning post-burn.
Yeah.
So you don't want to ignore any of those phases.
Here we go. Well, Doc, what's the next step here now that most of this is burned?
Well, we'll continue to monitor for safety's sake. We'll have somebody here, we call that the mopping up phase.
Yeah.
So then we'll patrol this area to make sure we don't have any hot spots in case we have a change in wind tomorrow, those kinds of things. So just making sure things are good. And then basically we're just waiting. This is end of February. By the 1st of April, that's going to be a pretty nice green carpet. And by the 1st of July, hopefully it'll really look good if the weather continues good. And we'll begin to see quail using this quite a bit.
Well, I would have never thought of fire as a tool for quail management, but man, I've learned a lot this week from you guys, and there's a lot of things I wouldn't have thought of as quail management tools. So I appreciate you showing me all of this stuff.
You're more than welcome. Like I said, everybody likes to burn. We like to do it. Again, we're pyro managers, not pyromaniacs.
Exactly. Oh, cool. Check it, this little guy. Little male bobwhite quail.
Ivan and I got to catch up on a few business things, but I want to turn you over to my manager, Daniel.
Cool.
And he can escort you around and show you some of the other components of what we're doing here.
Appreciate it. That'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you.
The quail is connected to so many different animals and species throughout the landscape.
Yeah.
You know, we do a lot of different trapping, a lot of different things to look at those different animals. And so what I want to show you here is we trap for small mammals and rodents. In general, the quail population will follow the rodent population. We think that that is because rodents offer a buffer species against predation for quail. And so this is what we call a Sherman trap.
Oh, cool. Check it, this little guy.
So we're going to take this guy and we're going to dump him into the bag, nice and easy. So usually you have to hold the...
So what is he?
So this is going to be a hispid pocket mouse, and you can tell by the red tinge in his fur with the white belly, and there's a thick, dark stripe on the top of his tail. And then his ears are very small compared to his body. So what we would learn from seeing lots of these guys would indicate that we have good quality habitat.
Okay.
And ideally what we want to find is what's called a cotton rat. And those are going to be much larger, and essentially a cotton rat is like a dinner steak to a hawk. And so the cotton rat's going to provide the best buffer species for quail.
Let's let this little guy go. Okay, looks like we've got a closed trap here. Wonder if this is another one. We've got something here. It's a tiny little thing.
So it looks to me like an American deer mice, which is going to be a paramyscus.
Okay, tip him into the packet. Oh, he's a lot more bouncy than that other guy.
So we're just getting him there so his nose is through there and he can breathe perfectly fine.
Okay, so we're just snipping a little bit of hair off him. And what that does is give him a little mark which will last for a few weeks, certainly through the course of the study. The little packet's got a hole in it so the guy can breathe while this is happening.
And so that's all it takes.
You know, amazing how a tiny little mouse like that is just an important player in an ecosystem. And I think so often we focus on the big stuff. We focus on the lions and the elephants or the bears and the sheep. But really, it's these little guys that are the most susceptible to change. And by being most susceptible to change, they are the most important indicators. A healthy environment is going to have a healthy plethora of these little guys. And so by monitoring the mice, you got great quail indicators. And yeah, an interesting aspect of quail research I would have never thought, trapping mice. There he goes. There we go. There we go.
These should be by far our most productive traps.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we got one quail in here, so we got a little door on the top here that we're gonna just get him out with.
Let me grab a pillowcase.
Little male Bobwhite Quail. He does not have a ring on, which is good, which means this is the first time he's been caught. We're gonna put him in a pillowcase. We'll go back and process him in the lab and get all the data that we can from him and then come back and let him go right in the spot again tomorrow. Well, it looks like we've got some blue quail and some meadowlarks in this one. So Daniel's got a pillowcase for the quail. Let's try and get them out of here one at a time. There's a little blue. We just be very careful how they go in here so we don't let them go by mistake. Okay, it looks like that's all we have, but let's have a look at these meadowlarks. Look at how pretty this bird is. Look at the yellow. Got the yellow throat, that long beak. He's a very insectivorous bird, but does eat a little bit of grain. And also, truly, one of the great beneficiaries of a healthy ecosystem, and the ecosystem made healthy by the presence of quail. We'll leave this trap upside down so it doesn't inadvertently catch stuff while we're not here. Well, at least we got a few. You know, you look at these collars here, each one weighs about 6 grams, and what an amazing thing to be sitting here with a 6-gram collar in my hand when we've just come from elephant in Africa where you got 20 pounds just of the lead weight on the bottom of the collar. It's amazing where technology is going, and the amazing thing is what we can learn with the proper use of technology for the conservation of these species and ecosystems. Unbelievable.
So this bird is 153 grams.
Bad number.
21343.
So that antenna is going to sit down the middle of its back.
Correct. We'll fluff the feathers up a little bit to help it conceal the collar, but within a day that bird's going to have preen and so forth, and that collar will be basically
almost invisible.
on that bird. So we'll put her back in the bag, and again she'll be returned to the trap where she was trapped last night.
There we go.
That's when we do it inside.
Never know what's going to happen next. This little boy has seen this movie before. He's already got a band on.
Looks like the band number is 21180.
Okay, this bird was banded on November 12th, 2017.
How cool is that? You know, here it is, still alive, still healthy. He's going to get re-recorded, released back where he came from, and the amount of data that's gathered from this kind of exercise, whether that band is recovered because the quail is shot, whether that band is recovered because the quail is trapped, still valuable data. Exactly where he is, what he's doing, what he weighs. We can learn a lot about the species this way. Well, we've collared the females, we've made sure that all of these quail have got leg bands, and now the conservation rubber's about to meet the road as we let them go into a brand new home range. And man, let me tell you, that's the exciting part of it, but it's preceded by Often months and years of work in preparation for an initiative like this. Anytime you expand the home range of a wild animal, you feel like you're doing good. And today, certainly we're going to be doing some good.
Okay, Ivan, we've got these birds equipped with their radios. Now we're ready to turn them loose and let them see what we learn from those radio marked birds. So if you'll just take the ears of that bag, and when I say 3, you say Toro, and pull up, and we're gonna release these birds. 1, 2, 3. Toro!
There we go. That's cool. You know, right here on the Rolling Plains Quail Research Ranch, I mean, Doc Rollins and his team are just doing amazing things. And it's not really just about the quail. It's about the entire habitat. And if you want to have lots of quail, you've got to have a healthy habitat. And if you're going to have a healthy habitat, there's going to be a giant number of other beneficiaries. So the millions and millions of dollars that flow through quail hunters' hands into quail populations is not just benefiting the quail. When you look at it at the bigger picture, you could argue that the quail is responsible for more habitat restoration in Texas than any single other organism.
I would.
Well, I appreciate you having me here, and man, we've learned a lot, and it's amazing what sportsmen's dollars can do on the front line of conservation.
It's been a pleasure having you here, and keep telling that story.
Thank you so much.